dams along the river here, the Tennessee River, that runs through North Alabama. So this little small town was chosen to be a place to build a major aluminum rolling and reduction plant. So they needed people. And before I left Huntsville and Brown Engineering, which is 45 miles down the road, I applied in the engineering department here at this aluminum reduction plant. And there again, luckily, I got hired. I was 15 minutes away from where I lived. And along these same times, I'd gotten older. It was 1970, and I'd married and started a family soon after that. And there again, that's a good American dream, is to have a family, to marry and have children. But I had a pretty good job, paid more than I was making on the job with Brown Engineering. Started a family. I bought a little cabin, almost a cabin, a lake home out on the Tennessee River, the backwaters of Gunnersville Lake. So there again, sort of a fulfillment of American dream. So I had a good job at the reduction plant, had a new wife and two sons, and I had a nice home in a scenic area to live in. And that went on for many years. That job in that plant lasted about 12 years, from 1970 to about 1982. By 82, things have changed. Electrical prices had gone up. There were labor problems with unions. Many things kept that plant from being as prosperous as it probably could have been. So it finally got down to the end, and they told us about 1982, we're going to close down the plant. This is the end of, it was Revere Copper and Brass aluminum reduction plant. You guys need to find another job, they said. So I was back on the job market. But I'd gotten a lot of good experience with this over those 12 years, this aluminum reduction plant. Not space hardware experience, but I'd gotten some electrical experience, some pneumatics, some welding, structural, machinery, a good variety of designing things that were needed in a big plant like that. So my logical thing to do was I'll go back to Huntsville. Luckily, over those 12 years, from the time the space program died down in Huntsville until 1982, the military side of Huntsville, Alabama had increased greatly, and they had a need for engineers designing and working on military equipment and test. So I went back to Huntsville and had no problem finding a job, and matter of fact, found a job paying again more than I was making at this aluminum reduction plant. And I got into an area of the military engineering at Redstone Arsenal that had to do with missiles and things like that. And this, again, if you dreamed an American dream, if you were scientific minded and you dreamed an American dream, you might include some of these things. So I went back and I got to start working on and designing military equipment, weapons, missiles, and all the things that go along with that. And there again, it was a great opportunity. The pay was good, and I was doing something I was interested in. I got to start traveling around the country. There's some test ranges down on the Gulf Coast, Eglin Air Force Base. There's some test ranges out west, out around El Paso, the White Sands test range, and Alamogordo, and all those places. So I got to start traveling, and that again added to my learning, my lifelong learning. And if you're listening, you're probably hearing a lot of rain pouring off the roof. It's really pouring down here. It's on the tin roof, and it's kind of making me sleepy. And I'm sure you noticed the picture is kind of degraded here. It was a little bit sunny when I first came out here, but it's getting worse and worse. So I noticed on the camera here, I've been talking 45 minutes straight. And that's hard to believe. I think I'm going to take a break and just check this and see if the sound quality is still good enough and the picture is good enough. And I'll continue this on from me starting back to work in Huntsville and working and doing things for the U.S. military and things like that. So I may let my voice rest a while, and when I reappear, I may not be here on the back porch with the brick wall behind me. And since this has taken 45 minutes, I'm probably already talking about, this will probably be, I'd say, 6 segments of this one tirade. So I'm breaking an all-time record. Anyway, for right now, goodbye.